the middle. It is caught. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. He is sacked by Gerald McCoy.
One last time here with the panel, Trevor DeGroot, 98.7 The Fan, the FM CBS Sports radio station here in the Tampa St. Pete market. Also, Pat Yasinskis, you read him all the time. His coverage on ESPN.com, and Scott Smith, senior writer, Buccaneers.com, with us. And we encourage the fans, guys, to participate and give us topics to talk about and that they want answers to. Go to the hashtag Pewter panel and use that, or also the Buccaneers official Twitter feed at TB Buccaneers to give us these questions. Our first one is from Josh, and Josh wants to know about the punt return situation. With Marcus Thigpen having been released, Buccaneers are looking for another punt returner. Josh wants to know about Louis Murphy, the veteran, and Pat Yasinskis. To you, I don't know that Lewis has returned punts. I don't believe he has in regular season games, in particular in the NFL. But, I mean, clearly this is something up in the air for the Cincinnati game.
Right, and he is a possibility. He's been practicing there back in training camp. He got a lot of work as a punt returner. I think he's kind of the safe choice if they want to go that route. But I think Bobby Rainey is a guy that they're going to also take a look at, and I think he might be the one who ends up returning the punts.
And Rainey, in his case, returned them in college, has returned them some, as we mentioned, in training camp.
Well, they worked on that a lot in training camp. I really thought they thought he might be an option for opening day, and they wanted to make sure that he could catch punts. Catching kickoffs for an NFL player isn't that hard, but catching punts is one of the most underrated, difficult skills. And he did a really good job. He really had no problem securing the kicks. And so as long as they're confident that he can do that, you know, when you take Marcus Thigpen out and you look at the depth chart that the Bucs have been going by, there's Bobby Rainey. So, I mean, I think that's pretty good evidence that he's a guy they're going to look at.
We've seen Louis Murphy make some big plays, you know, on the offense already this season. I mean, you mentioned Bobby Rainey also being able to return punts. Maybe even a guy like Robert Huron, who really hasn't had a real true moment to shine in the offense yet. Maybe this gives him an opportunity to return punts. He was an explosive player in college at Wyoming. So a lot of different options right now for Tampa Bay.
Throw another name out there, not saying that this will happen, but Jonathan Banks returned punts and returned them fairly effectively at Mississippi State at times. That could be an option moving forward. We'll see as they continue to work through punt returners.
I would not want to see us risk one of our
two great quarterbacks personally. That's probably true on that one too, and it all factors in on what else are you using guys for as well. Another question to the hashtag Pewter panel. This one from Randy, and Randy wants to know about the end of the season. 5 games remain for a 2-9 team. So Trevor, you've been around the locker room this week. 5 games to go. You are still 2 games out.
Unbelievable. Remarkably in
the playoff hunt. I mean, where's the fine line on looking at young guys versus you're still in it?
You can never give up. I know this is one of the more interesting standings races, division races you will ever see. I mean, we saw 2010, the Seahawks win it with a 7-9 record, won a playoff game. So you never know. Alteron Werner said following this game, the Chicago game, you know, we're going to take this one game at a time, more so than looking at the standings. And you know what? To be honest, that's the way you have to look at it. As much as you want to, you know, hope and you know, go for everything, you have to focus on what you can control. And what you can control is how you prepare, practice, and plan for this upcoming game against Cincinnati. Take it one step at a time and let the chips fall where they may lie.
Didn't somebody ask Coach again this week, because we get to get this asked pretty much every week, and I think he stopped him before they were done. He's like, let me stop you right there.
Yeah.
Don't say the or part of this question, because we're still playing to win. And the players, of course, there's not even a question. If they're playing in the game, they're trying to win. I mean, have you ever seen a last place Major League Baseball team in September, like the Cubs usually, and somebody hits a walk-off home run? They go nuts. They go nuts because these guys are so locked into winning. They're incredibly competitive. All professional athletes
and
are like that.
Your job is still under scrutiny, Pat. You
Absolutely.
know this, for this coaching staff, for other teams that might be interested in you if you're a free agent or you're not on this team, how you play, how hard you play, how you look, I mean, in the last 5 games could be the difference in you still having a job or not.
Absolutely. This is the time of year that the coaching staff is looking hard at everybody and making decisions on who they want back next season. So it's a crucial time for a lot of young players.
And let's not look the gift horse in the mouth here and say we're 2-9, but we still have a shot. Well, let's have fun with it. You know, maybe it could happen. Josh McCown was in the locker room a couple days ago, and he said, obviously we don't want to be 2-9. This is not where we wanted to be, but well, since we're here, it would be kind of cool to be the first 2-9 team to ever advance to the playoffs. So.
Well, and you have nothing to lose. We all can agree on that. You have nothing to lose. You can play for broke here in the last 5 weeks. Let's see what happens with how that plays out coming in the Cincinnati game. We'll leave the discussion right there. And again, we encourage you use the hashtag Pewter Panel or tweet to the official Twitter feed at TB Buccaneers. Guys, thank you. Trevor DeGroot, 98.7 The Fan, Pat Yacinskis, ESPN.com, and Scott Smith. Read him all weekend on Buccaneers.com. And we thank you for being with us on this edition of the Pewter Panel.